Live. We are live.
This is the start of something new. This is the start of something magical. This is the start of something new. This is the start of something new. This is the start of something new. This is the start. Hello, everybody.
Okay, there you go.
So, do it again. No.
Yeah,
Was
now
it?
they can hear us. Yeah,
Oh, they couldn't hear us.
now they can hear us.
Okay. This is the start of something new. This is the start of something magical. This is the start of something new. This is the start of something true.
Woo!
Hello, Earthlings. We wanted to play that song for you, and we couldn't find it right now, so we said, okay, we're just gonna
Me, I'm gonna sing it
sing
for
it.
you.
Are we live?
Yes, we are.
Okay, awesome. So we are sending you a lot of greetings from Ecuador. We are in Vilcabamba at the moment,
In this
in a
magical.
spiritual hub, staying in a community. And we want to talk today about communities and specifically how those of you who are really, feeling that longing to live with other people, to maybe live in nature, to have a completely different kind of alternative lifestyle, how you can make that happen.
Yeah, so we're gonna share with you also some of our experience in the past year or so living and traveling between many communities and sharing what has worked for us, what didn't work, what could be like important criteria to think and to consider before coming to a community. And we're gonna share, like more of those adventures that we had.
Hey, Alex. Thank you for being here with us.
Yeah, drop us a comment, let us know from where are you watching us, and give us a like, share the stream. That will help the algorithm to show it to more of our YouTube community. Yeah.
Yeah. So, first of all, I want to start off by saying that Ram and I, we both believe that communities are the future. It is humanity finding its way back into tribes, the tribal way of living.
And into connection with nature as well.
Yeah. So there is so much good that we could say about community living, and you can find out a lot about that in our videos. However, right now, for the purpose of this live stream, I really want to focus on getting out of any overlays that you might have when, especially those of you who maybe are still living in the city or just not yet living in a community that you envision for yourself, that when you start looking for that community for yourself, that you don't fall into an overlay with
Having
that.
a lot of expectation and then being disappointed afterwards.
Yeah. So even though it's important that you have that vision for what it is that you want the community to look like, we can easily end up projecting to these people out there that they're gonna be the ones who are gonna help me to heal and
Save
meet
us.
all my needs, and they're gonna save me.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that's gonna happen is disappointment
Most of the time.
most of the time,
Yeah.
because it's a way of externalizing the, that something else is gonna come and get us out of our pit hole. So yeah, the point of that, I guess, is to, when you start approaching communities, is to come from a place of, curiosity. Hi from Ireland. Hey there, Hoof.
Hoof and
Gentle
gentle earth and food IQ.
Hey there.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. And yeah, give us a like, share the stream. This is how we know, how we make YouTube know that this is something good for our followers and our YouTube community.
Yeah.
Hey, Gabriel.
Yeah, lived in my first community in 79. It's about participation. Absolutely,
Yeah,
Gabriel. And, you know, what we wanted to say about this, like when you maybe start searching for that community for yourself, the only way that you can know even which way to go is to just go and visit, go and experience,
exploration. Yeah.
and out of curiosity,
I
you know?
think this is like an important point to come out of curiosity because whenever there is expectation, there is disappointment, and there is like this back and forth. So whenever you come with curiosity, people can feel it in the community, and then they feel like, oh, maybe he's interested in us, and they will show you more. They will like give you more insight about how they live, what they experience there, and this create like a more connective way of living together rather than
Mm.
coming like, oh, show me what you got. Like, it's a different
Yeah,
energy.
yeah. Because all these communities out there, they are these evolving organisms. It's like it has its own consciousness. So it's really about getting to know that consciousness and understanding what are they about
Mhm.
from that place of openness and curiosity. And from that place you can just objectively see, okay, is this the right place for me,
Yeah.
rather than needing them to be the right place for you. You see
Yeah.
the difference?
And there is more and more communities. So I see in many people they want to make the community fit their needs rather than looking for the community that fits their needs. So
Mm.
this is something we want to talk about today more in
Yeah.
depth to share like what you can see, what you can expect, and different kind of communities, and how you can be prepared for this move in your life. And I'm
Mm.
also curious from people who are watching us, like Gabriel shared with us, he live in a community. Let us know how you are watching us, if you have this
Mm.
experience, if you live to the community, so we can make more
Yeah.
interactive. And of course, if you have any question, ask us and we'll answer you.
The Hoof is asking how is Fruithaven. So we are not in Fruithaven anymore.
Mm.
Actually, what we've been doing in the past years is we've been staying in different communities, including our something we've created ourselves at different points
In Portugal.
in time. Um, and really, it's been such a beautiful learning experience to stay in communities, even when we know that, oh, okay, they don't quite match our values,
Hmm.
they are not the perfect place. But because if we come from a place of non-judgment, just not needing them to be that place for us, we learn so much.
Hmm.
And that has been the greatest thing, staying in all these communities,
Yeah.
to just see what works, what doesn't work, and also learning about ourselves, what it is that we need, what
Yeah.
we would do differently.
This is really a good point because we learn from each community something different, and we found like there's in each community there's something doesn't click. And of course it's also a challenge for us to bring ourselves in that point, but it's also a point where we can learn like
Mm.
how we can improve the situation, the community we are creating.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also made a live stream in Facebook about that, so just feel free to go to my Facebook page and watch it there, and you will
Yeah.
find the link in the description also for that.
Gentle Earth is asking, how would you approach the fear of traveling with present world events? Ooh, it depends what it is about traveling that you're afraid of. Are
Yeah.
you afraid of the virus? Or are you afraid of having to do a test? Are you afraid of the authorities?
Yeah,
Um,
each one has a different remedy.
yeah, really. But really, in all fears, what it comes down to is it points to a place where you don't know that you are the creator. All fears, they are pointing to the same place. It's showing you those parts of you that feel disconnected and don't feel like you are your own authority, the one that
Hmm.
creates your life. So I would really actually go in the direction of your fear, to uncover that and to hold space for that fear. Because as long as we have fears that we haven't looked at, the fear controls our life.
Yeah,
And the fear manifests into external situations that mirror that very thing we're afraid of.
yeah,
So to get out of that, you need to be present with your fear, be willing to
And
go in that direction.
I want to acknowledge your concern because they spread so much fear regarding traveling that it's like really overwhelming. But when you do it, actually, it's way different. And we shared in the last stream on Facebook how it was for us to travel. So yeah, just don't let your fear hold you back from going for your dreams and doing almost emotional process. We have two or three videos about how to do parts work. So try to connect with the part of you who's scared about traveling, and that will help you like resolve this internally. And when you actually do it outside, then the universe will match you to a beautiful situation.
Yeah. Oh, this is a great video. We should do a demonstration about like going into the fear, because I think this is something people fear looking at the fear.
Yeah, let us know. Is it something that you'd like us to share about? We can make a video about it. We've been lazy because editing, guys, takes so much
Oh my
time.
god, that's why we started doing live streams, because it takes so much energy to edit videos and to make it really beautiful.
Yeah, so let us know if it's something that you like to watch. Drop us a comment. We do it.
Hi, Cariño del Sol. Thank you for being with us.
Hey, brother. Nice to have you here in the live stream.
So, coming back to this community topic, really, in any community, the really heart and soul of the community is the people, of course, always. So even when you find a place that is really beautiful, it's in the middle of the nature,
like the one here,
it's abundant. Yeah, this place is amazing. Don't be fooled. The people is what matters the most, always. So see if you can find a connection with the people there. If you resonate, if you have the same values. And one of the most important things is, how are they communicating? Observe, because if there is lack of communication, people are not sharing authentically, if they're gossiping, that's a huge red flag in any community.
So if you're thinking about it, of course it's different if you want to visit and see how things function comparing to if you want to live for longer term there. So what Mia is talking about is the importance of being there for long term. Like, you really need to see what add value to your life is the kind of communication they have, the level of connection. And you can find this from maybe attending some of their meeting if they let you to. You can maybe talk with different people, invite them, go visit them if there's like a meeting point.
For community to be truly thriving and sustainable, it's all about communication and the trust that is being created between the members. It's the trust, and that means that you need to also work towards that, to make that into a priority, rather than just doing your own thing, which is also good, like that needs space too. But we are in a community for a reason, right? It's the co-creation of multiple people to create something together. And to be able to co-create together, we need to have, it's an absolute must to have trust and intimacy and clear communication.
The Hof said it's about the test. Well, there is ways about it, but we can share this on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm also not happy about the test. So there are ways around it.
Yes, that's our goal. We've been like creating the human connection. Like, we have some of our friends who eager and willing to join. You will see one of our friends who's Steph. You will see us. You will see her in the next stream. And there's other people who express big interest and investing in joining us. So we are kind of like trying to establish the first level, like regarding buying the land and finding like a good place to start with, and our friends will join at later point. And later we'll open it for volunteers and visitors and like people to come and live with us.
Yeah, so this was as a response to the question of proof. Would you guys like to start your own community? So that's the plan, because we've stayed in many communities, and we are pretty clear at this point about our values. And that's another point that we're coming to now, is that when you are looking for a community, it really helps if you're clear about your values, what it is that is absolutely how do you say it? It's non-negotiables for you. So, for example, us, this would be non-harm towards all beings to our best abilities,
Yeah.
which translates for us to veganism. We don't want to have dead bodies in our kitchen or in our community, or or imprisoned beings.
Yeah, we believe that the peace actually starts from our plate. Like the way we act towards other vulnerable being who we have power over is the way we represent to the universe how we want to be treated. So if we believe that in a world of peace and justice
and freedom,
we need to give those animals, those creatures,
yeah,
the right to exist without being domesticated.
Exactly. If I want to be a sovereign being, I have to also give that to others. Every creature, I need to see them as a sovereign being. So this for us then translates into veganism, which means that we would never ever, no matter how perfect the community is, we would not consider living in a community that does not share that same value.
Yeah.
So what are your values? That's the question.
Yeah.
What are your non-negotiables?
I'm curious to hear what are your values.
Yeah.
Values. People are watching us. Earthlings, share with us what's your values and what of the value you share with us.
So other values we have. What other values do we have?
Clear communication and authenticity.
Yeah, authenticity. That's a big one. Being honest about what we feel, rather than talking behind people's backs, rather than being passive aggressive. It's a huge value, and that links really intimately with self-reflection. Being willing to self-reflect, and the value of intimacy, in the sense that we prioritize connection with the other person. So this is important to us. If somebody isn't willing to do that, does not want to solve conflict, for example, avoids confrontation, that doesn't work, because to solve conflict, it requires confrontation to resolve those, bitter things and resentments and things that, happened. We need to confront each other.
Yeah, and it's way more easier than what you think, like we didn't learn communication in our childhood and our schools, so it sounds horrible. Like whenever there's a confrontation, everybody is late from the meeting and like everybody is like scared. But when we did it, actually, we never had a situation where we went like after the confrontation went like more distance than when we start. So
well, this is the value that we have for connection, like commitment to connection, that we don't just leave just because someone is angry, that we avoid them, just because there's a conflict that we move out of the community. No, we solve everything. Every little thing that comes up needs to be solved.
So that will be actually the next topic of the live stream. We're gonna invite our friend Steph and talk about new earth relationships and how we solve conflict and how we really dive deep and how we encourage creation and solve victim dynamics and other dynamics that many people go through. So if you haven't subscribed to see the next video and click the notification button. This is how you get notified for the next one.
So Cariño del Sol says initiative, to bring initiative. Material basic needs mastered. Oh, that's actually an important one, because especially in the spiritual community, there is a lot of shame around wanting nice material things or even luxury.
Yeah.
But there's inherently nothing wrong with that. The material is just a manifestation of our spirit.
Yeah.
So if we feel abundant, we can manifest abundance in a material way.
And there is always like a environmental friendly to do it. Like it doesn't mean if you want something beautiful that you're like hurting the environment. Many people have this mentality. If you have like something luxurious, you're like greedy or something. I don't see it this way. There is always like fine balance between beauty and like being friendly with nature. Yeah.
Gentle Earth is sharing that there is a big fear about like authority and how they could do something to you, I guess, like if you don't comply or something. And once again, this is a spiritual challenge. It looks like it's physical in the 3D, but actually this is a challenge for you at the spiritual level,
Yeah.
to find your inner authority, to find that place where you're so centered and you know what is
Unshakable.
right. You know that you have the right to walk this earth without covering your face. You have the right to breathe fresh air. You have the right to move without being injected. You have the right to roam freely this earth because it's yours. It is ours. We're sovereign in it.
Yeah.
It's our home. Once you know that in your bones, the fear just dissipates and you stand your ground and you will not manifest negative consequence.
I wish I recorded you when you were talking to the army last time.
Oh, I had we had a little situation. There was a army people with guns, machine guns, the other day.
Which is very rare, very, very rare
it's
here in
rare.
Ecuador.
But yeah, they were there and we were not wearing masks, so they told us we have to put our mask on. The first thing we said, there was one in the side, he was not wearing his mask and he was eating, and we were like, hey, he's not wearing a mask, which is kind of joking with them. And they were saying, yeah, because he's eating. And then we started drinking from our water bottle. Yeah, we're also drinking, kind of laughing. And then I started educating them. I told them, really from a place of neutrality. It wasn't at all this, like, I wasn't projecting anything onto them. I shared with them, you know what? The reason why we don't want to wear the mask is because this law is basically unconstitutional, which means it's against human rights to enforce the law, which means the law itself is immoral, and I don't follow immoral laws. However, for my physical safety, I don't want to get in trouble with you. You have guns. I'm going to wear it.
Don't play with boys with guns.
Yeah. So, and they were really receptive. I think I actually made some influence there. I think I did something there. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's read some comments.
Okay. So, this is a bit out of topic. Community, do you meet on regular basis to talk about maybe conflicts, or do you... you moved it. Let it appear organically. Each community has a different approach. I think the best thing is that each person has self-responsibility, which means if I have a personal conflict with Ram, I go and talk to Ram.
Yeah.
I don't need the whole community to be there.
Yeah.
And if we cannot solve it,
then we can bring it to. We had created, like in our previous community in Portugal, we created like a space where we solve conflict. We did this also in Tenerife, so it's very helpful to have this space where you can solve conflict together every week, maybe a weekly meeting. By the way, the picture you saw is from some of the community we've been to. Or we're staying to, so just to
so
give you a feeling.
It really comes down to self-responsibility in bringing what things we have that we don't expect the community to, to somehow do it for us or create even a space for that. But if I have an issue, I bring it up with the person with whom I have an issue, and if we can't resolve, we ask for help, and then the community can come and say, okay, we help you with this. Yeah.
Some of the values: freedom, love, gratitude, knowledge, authenticity. Amazing.
Knowledge. Spiritual growth for us, like the evolution, feeling that we're evolving as beings.
Yeah.
Health. One of the big ones for us as well is health. We wish that the people around us also value physical health as well, and health in all levels, really.
Yeah, emotionally, physically, mentally. Especially mentally now, like there is so much mind fucks. If you watch the media and the mainstream and the news, it's like such a gaslight and such a mind fuck. Like you have to be super centered to be in your ground and not let the notion move you. Like it's really crazy. So yeah, unplug your TV and connect to nature, and like practice mindfulness, being with nature. This is reality, like being on the screen watching news, all this is disconnection from reality, and like coming to this moment where you are now. Even if you are in a city, just go to the ground, connect to earth, connect to any natural park or natural reservoir around.
Demsin is asking, have you guys been to Pura Fruta community in Costa Rica? No, we haven't.
I haven't been to Costa Rica actually yet.
Yeah. And
And
what are the best countries for intentional communities?
question from
That's a good question.
Yeah, this is our search, our life
Yeah.
mission. We chose Ecuador so far because it fit many of the criteria we found. There, majority of people are connected to Earth, and like it's a very peaceful country, very safe. Regarding health, people are like more in alternative natural medicine. Um, Also like affordable. If you want to buy land here, it's very affordable. So it's very one of the few country. We thought also about Uruguay. We thought about Tanzania. We thought about Portugal. We thought about Croatia.
But you know, at this moment, it's so difficult to really know from the mind to figure out what's the best place to be in because things are changing all the time. And so what we found is the best thing is to just follow your intuition and calling.
Yeah.
You know, where if you call to go somewhere, avoid getting too much in the head of like, oh, but the news said this and there is this thing happening and oh, they just passed this law, because that could happen anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, the world is not stable right now. So
And it could be that your mission is to go there to make a change.
yeah, exactly. Like the mind doesn't really know. It's trying to keep us safe by looking at all the different, you know, scenarios that could go wrong. But if you feel a calling to go somewhere, follow that. Try to stay with that. And that's what it has been for us. Like we really felt called to come here, so we're here.
Yeah, we tried before Portugal, we tried Tenerife and Berlin and different parts of the world. But this what feels more in alignment at this moment. So we are staying here until we see
if anything changes, if any changes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to add something to the, I think it may have been the Gentle Earth that mentioned that, or who was it? Someone was saying.
I think Gentle Earth is Alina, right?
Not quite sure.
I recognize the picture.
Not sure. So someone was saying about it's about contribution in community. And this is a huge point, by the way, because even though we need to be clear about what we want from the community, even I would say equally or even more important is to be aware of what it is that you're bringing. To be careful that you don't come from a place of taking, because no community can sustain that and no community wants members like that.
Yeah.
Or even visitors. The community, the whole concept is about we are all bringing ourselves and creating together from a place of what each of us brings.
And this is actually the moving from the old world where like we used to raise up to be as a consumer, and the new earth is built with creators.
Yeah.
So connecting to your values, connecting to what you came here on earth to bring, and bring this to the community and see how people resonate with that. And you will be in much happier and much healthier situation where you're aware of your gifts, and those gifts are appreciated by the people around you. And here where it come in a so important level to recognize who are your soul family, who are the people who on mission with you here on earth. And this is where like the juiciness of life come to create living with the people who resonate with you, who are in the same value mission with you. And we have actually did a lot of inner work to be with those people, and mostly it come from like doing what your heart is calling you to do. Like for example, for me it came from organizing the completion process gatherings in Europe, and that was a point where I met and connected with all my I would consider the soul family, and now they are close friend of mine. And by the way, we're still doing those events. We're gonna have one in September, and we have actually a group session next week to help people.
Oh yeah, join us on Saturday.
Yeah, it's
on Saturday. We're gonna post the link in the
It's already in the description, so if you go under the video, you can see it there. We'd love to have you. We have helped a lot of people to resolve resistance the resistance that hold you back from being in with your soul family, so you can manifest being in that space and being with them. And
Yeah.
one of the important things that I really found, when you go for what your soul, your heart, your whatever is calling for, you will meet people in this path.
Also, by the way,
Yeah.
we'd met each other in vegan activism,
Yeah.
and this was just, for me, it was like me following my or putting myself out there in like, this is who I am. And I remember at first it was hard for me because I didn't know any vegans. It felt like radical to be like, I'm vegan and I'm here to
Yeah.
protect the animals. That felt radical to me.
Yeah.
And as I did that and I put myself out there on the street, I met my soulmate.
Yeah, it's really amazing. Yeah, so most of the things that you want to manifest partner, it come most of it unexpectedly, but you have to do the inner work. Like this
Yeah,
is so
absolutely.
important. Yeah.
Yeah. And going back to that topic of contribution once again, this might sound really harsh, but I really actually think it's true that if you're seeking for healing, maybe you need to go to a retreat center or to a healing center.
Yeah.
Don't go to a community for healing.
That will be a
Although
draining. Yeah.
much healing might and will come out of it, but that should not be the motivation why you're seeking for a community.
Yeah.
It's also like funny because even though you might find the right people, you might have a beautiful place, and even still you might feel like something is missing. And this is a perfect opportunity to project onto the community.
Yeah.
That, oh, they are not this.
So
they don't
follow.
have this. And the lesson there might be, what if you are meant to bring that thing that you're complaining is not there?
Yeah.
We had such a lesson with this in another community we were staying in. It was me and my good friend and community member. We were there, kind of frustrated that there was not much emotional connection happening, and we were just kind of first projecting it onto the community, saying, "Oh, they don't have emotional connection here," and then we realized, wait, that's our specialty. Maybe that's why we're here. Oh, maybe we're meant to fill that gap and bring our gifts.
Yeah.
And then we did that, and it was beautiful. We had that emotional connection experience, and on top of that, we felt that sense of contribution and that we're able to give and to be received. So, and that's the moment where you get to be a creator wherever you go, even if you're not planning to stay permanently. If something is missing that you want, that's your gap. Maybe that's where you are meant to fit and fill that gap with your gift. And that's perfect. You want a community where there is a gap for you, where you fit perfectly.
Yeah.
So
and that's linked to contribution, I think.
Yes, exactly. And you are becoming the creator. And any successful community is full of creators who are proactively creating what they want to see. Because if we have a lot of people who are more in the victim mentality, which I'm not condemning, we all have parts of like that, and we need to heal them.
Yeah.
But that's just going to end up nothing happening, people leaving disappointed, not realizing that they are meant to create that thing.
Well said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we share a little bit about the kind of communities out there, like for those of you. There is like mainly, I would say there is like a community where people are like living together in a close or birth mixedly, for example, like being in the same house. This could be like a house in the town where you can be close to other people, and there is other community where it's more isolated in the countryside or in the jungle, like Fruit Heaven, for example. And within those communities, there's several types. Like it could be more of like an eco-living or an eco-village where people have their own hut, their own space. And this is good for people who are maybe wanting more privacy, more introvert, more like needing space. And there is other community where intentionally they live closer to each other. And here's like more like a community we visited in Spain where they were like almost living very close to each other, and they had like activity all day long, and there was like a lot of interaction, conflict, and things going on. And there is like Fruit Heaven, for example, which is more like an eco-village where people build their own huts, and then there is maybe less connection, but there is like more organized like activities and so on. So yeah, there is always something that can fit your needs and fit what's yeah. Oh, Mia notified me that we are over time, so it's time for questions, guys.
Yeah, I
And
would love to interact with you more.
yeah, so you can always find the place that fits your needs and fits your yeah, fits what your calling is.
Oh, gentle Earth. Alina is saying there's a huge gaslight going on regarding what the Earth feels like, or what it looks like on the outside, how people speak and act. So confusing. I mean, there's definitely a gaslight going on about, like, we are not, it's almost like the reality of how many people are woke, how many people don't agree, how many people want the new Earth. That reality is hidden from us, almost intentionally. That's what I feel. That we don't really see the reality of what, the protests and the beauty that people are creating. Actually, we don't see that. Mostly what we see is,
Yeah.
it's the opposite. It's the control, it's the mask, it's the fear.
Yeah.
And we might easily get into a bubble thinking that I'm the only one in my reality. But it's not true, Alina. I want you to remember always that there are at this moment millions of people. There are
Yeah.
millions of people
Yeah.
who share your values.
More than millions, and they're waiting for you.
They're waiting for you
And
to
this
step
is
up.
an answer also for love and infinity. How do I meet my boyfriend? Go there and meet him. Yeah, go for what you want. Rewatch the video we shared about how to find your soul family. And we have a group session coming next weekend on Saturday. If you grab your ticket now, it's in a discount, an early bird discount until this evening. So yeah, if you feel like inspired to join us, and it's a Zoom call, so you can interact with us, also ask questions, and we do channeling, and it's amazing.
Yes.
You can find more information, read testimonial in the link in the description. Just go click on it,
Yes.
and you will get there.
You're asking if there are communities in Fuerteventura. I'm sorry for my ignorance. Is that mainland Spain? I know that there are many communities in, or is that the island in? I'm sorry, I'm ignorant. I don't know. So we know there are many, many communities in Spain.
Yeah.
I think there is also even a raw vegan community there. You can find them online. Just search communities online.
If you want, I can make a short video about like how to search communities. I think that might be interesting for you guys. Let me know in the comments. I can make a quick one.
Okay. What joint endeavors, activities, and work happen in intentional communities? Oh, so much. In the last community we were in, they were doing a lot of permaculture workshops. They were doing NVC workshops, or like
non-biased communication.
Yeah, and there it was more focused on permaculture, the community activities, and sometimes potlucks, like eating together. But here where we're now, there is a lot happening in terms of events and activities, like more like fun things.
Where we are is more like a spiritual hub. It's like a small town, and there is so many people from all around the world come and get together here. And there is every week there's ecstatic dance. There is many activity, breath work. We went to breath work last weekend, and ecstatic dance, contact improv. A lot of events taking place here, and it feels like this whole madness of the world doesn't exist here. Like people are so friendly and so close to each other, and yeah, it doesn't exist.
They even have a school here, alternative school.
Yeah,
there are the possibilities for joint events. It's infinite. It's up to you and the people around you. Whatever you want to create, you can create.
Yeah.
There's no limit on that. And regarding psychedelics that someone's asking, once again, that completely depends on the values of the community. We personally are positive about the use of psychedelics for the
with
purpose
integration,
of
healing and
healing and
integration.
evolution,
Yeah, so
in a
we're not
conscious way.
we're not like aiming to do it like every weekend, like
No.
or every day what other people does it. Like it's more something that I still integrating my ayahuasca ceremony since 4 years. So I really don't get how people can take ayahuasca like every
Every
day
week.
or every week.
Yeah.
So our intention is to focus on healing, and plant medicine can be assistant and guide in this if we feel like called to do.
Yeah, and again, there is no right or wrong answer to that, whether it should be allowed or not. It depends of the values of the community, and
Yeah,
yeah, our value is really evolution of consciousness as well. So that can play a part in it,
yeah.
definitely.
So yeah, we almost reached 40 minutes of streaming. We planned only for half an hour, but it was always fun. So let us know, guys, if you have any questions. Drop it before we end the call, and we would love to have you next weekend on our group call where we dive really deep in the shadows and help you
Yeah,
manifest your soul family.
this is our specialty, to bring out the shadows to be seen so that they can be transmuted and we can shift our realities.
Yeah. So yeah, we'd love to join to have you with us. And if you have if you need more information, just go to the link, and that will take you to my website where you can read more about about the group session. And we would love to have you more in person there, in
Yeah,
virtual.
thank you guys so much for sticking around all the way here. There is one more comment coming.
Yeah.
Do I need to heal more first? If you need, go for what you're feeling called for, gentle earth. If you feel the calling for community from a place of, it depends, okay. If you're coming from a place of neediness, graspiness, that's maybe a sign that you need to heal something still. But if it's coming from a joy, creation, not really necessarily needing it, more being like, oh, joy, I want to live with other people, that's a better vibration to manifest it, to be able to attract it into your reality, if that makes sense. I hope my response makes sense.
Food IQ ask about finance. We made a video 2 weeks ago. Go check it. And it's about how we be financially free. And yeah, some people actually many people do work outside the community and mostly online since we have this lockdown.
Ah, Gerald is saying he has met you in a yo-yo burger place in Friedrichshain.
Oh, is it Gerald, like our vegan activist friend?
Could be. I've also, if that's the case, I've also met you, Gerald.
Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, that was
If you're a vegan activist.
Gerald was the first vegan activist I met in Berlin. Very hardcore, and then we had those flyers, and then we went in the public carrying them. It was so scary, but so much fun. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much, Marie and Hoof and everybody for being here. Really, I love interacting with you guys.
Yeah, we'd love to see you again. We're not sure if we do it the next week or the one after, but soon we will do another live stream.
We'll let you know.
And if you like to join us in the group session, we would love to have you and talk to you in person and assist you on your journey.
All right. So we'll see you soon.
Gerard said yes. Okay, guys, it was lovely having this live stream. Oh, before we go, I'm gonna show you some view from where we are. So sending you beautiful vibes from this place in Ecuador, and see you next time. Ciao.